Hello everybody, today we are adding to our ever-growing Separatist collection with another Separatist capital ship. This one's way underrepresented in the LEGO community and I haven't really seen any good LEGO builds of it in this scale. This is the Munificent-Class frigate, designed by Brooksy, who also did the Invisible Hand that scales perfectly to this, and Brooksy also did the Theta-class shuttle, the Pelter-class frigates, and helped design the two corvuses. The Munificent consists of 4,126 pieces, and the pieces will set you back around 300 to 350 USD, which is a pretty great price per part ratio, especially for MOCS standards, but also for regular LEGO set standards. But before we dive a little deeper into this MOC, if you want to build this model yourself, check out our website www.brickvault.toys, where you can find the building instructions and parts list, or click the link in the video description. We hand test each build and make sure it's buildable and fun to put together. Each purchase supports us and the designers we work with, like Brooksy, so we can continue bringing you these amazing creations each week. This model is 86 centimeters long, 47 centimeters wide, and 27 centimeters tall, which is quite an impressive size for a LEGO build in general. Here's our iconic BrickVault intro as a size reference next to it. But what even is this ship? If you've watched Revenge of the Sith closely, or if you're a fan of the Clone Wars show, you might recognize this ship because it is the Separatist most used capital ship, deployed in countless missions during the Clone Wars. As I said, among the LEGO community this is really underrepresented, which is a shame because this was used so much and looks so unique, but LEGO themselves also never made a Munificent in any form, so the average LEGO Star Wars fan might not be too familiar with this ship, since LEGO always boosts ships' popularity by releasing sets of it. I think one big reason for the lack of Munificents in the LEGO community is the curvature of the hull that seems quite intimidating to get right. The ship has 4 giant crater dome shells, which is a nightmare to get right with a blocky system like LEGO, and I think Brooksy did a really good job here, utilizing not only curved slopes but also angling sub-assemblies to get specific sections to look right. The gaps were then filled with pieces, so there are as few gaps as possible. You can also see Brooksy included the correct amount of dark blue stripes going down the hull. There's also a variant of the Munificent which has 2 horizontal lines, but I think this one looks cooler. We have a representation of the Separatist logo here on the side using wedge plates. You can see there are not only dark blue stripes but also dark green stripes, which I find random since I think there does not exist any other Separatist ship or vehicle out there using this color. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Behind the front hull are a couple of dark gray flaps. I have no idea what they are in universe, but I guess they're supposed to be here. And further back we have the wings of the ship that 99% of its time is spent in space and 1% is spent flying because of repulsor lift technology, so I have no idea why this ship needs these super undersized wings anyways. In comparison to the size of the ship, they are really small, but I guess it's because of communication systems, since at the tips of the wings are no weapons but communication masts. That might explain it, but the most important thing here is how it was built, and I think this is one of the best looking details on this whole model. The wings are also much better connected than I thought, given they're mostly 1 brick thickness. I also like the detailing between the wings with these dark gray mechanical details. And that leads us to the back, where we again have giant hulls protecting the ship's massive thrusters. There are 3 big thrusters in the middle, 4 smaller ones off to the sides, and 4 small ones on the top and bottom, making it a total of 11 thruster assemblies, which is a really odd number that it shares with the first ship ever seen in all of Star Wars, the Tantive 4, which I find really interesting, and I wonder if it's a coincidence or not. Anyhow, where this model really shines is everything between the panels. Brooksy packed a ton of detail into the sandwich interior. All the dark gray that gets mostly covered by the panels and represents the ship's inner workings and technical detailing has been done really nicely here. You can see it at the top where the bridge is. A ton of Technic link pieces in an angled position to give this cool look, like they hold up the side panels. Also quite a few antenna-like pieces on top and also on the bridge that we get quite a few scenes in the Clone Wars. What I love most about this model is the detailing underneath the panels, a huge amount of turrets made for pirate-like ship-to-ship combat with other flagships like the Venator, and in the front we have a very big double laser cannon with some accurate details here as well, like this bar beneath it. This is also the section where we see most of the windows and lights, so if you really want it, I'm sure there is enough space here to implement small LEDs, something I would like to do myself as well at some point. A little back we have this weird area that looks like the bridge of a Star Destroyer, but I think it's just open mechanical parts in universe, and further back are the docking wings for smaller ships to dock, and beneath it, represented with the underside of plates here, are reactant tanks. That's what the cross-section book says at least. Behind that are the engines already. The model is displayed on two black stands that are built into this model and are definitely needed to keep it upright. I think this is a very tasteful integration of the stands and makes this model super intuitive to handle too. Just grab the two stands and you're good to go. The model itself is super sturdy, and to be completely honest with you, I haven't noticed any details coming off or anything that can break easily on this build. I have yet to run into issues, but if I transport it like I showed, I don't think I will. This is such a unique and weird looking ship, and I never got the chance to look at specific sections of it that close to see what it actually looks like. Sections that were kinda hidden and unnoticeable before and in the show suddenly became very clear, which is really cool to see. This is so weird for not only the size, but also in the way that this is so instantly recognizable and iconic to me, yet this is such an underdog. I think it deserves more love for sure. The more happy I am that Brooksy gave it that love. Again, if you would like to add this one to your collection, feel free to check out the instructions on BrickVault.toys. If you enjoyed this week's video and this massive addition to the BrickVault collection, consider leaving a like or a sub. That helps us out immensely, and I'll see you in the next one at BrickVault.